There has been, through American history, this consciousness of vulnerability, this consciousness of decline, this consciousness of a past greatness that somehow we may be falling short of.
Make America great again.
Make America great again.
The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath been already of old time, which was before us.
Obviously, something has gone awry. It almost makes me think about, from a historical perspective, when ancient Rome, pre its civilizational collapse, all of its wars, all of its gross funding, clipping down its coinage through inflation, things we're seeing at the central bank, the Federal Reserve, basically everything so dislocated and out of control. Think about the last few years, everything that we've been going through, the shutdowns, the small business closures, the health event that we're still living through almost 2 years later. It appears that the United States, and this is a question I want to ask for you, is losing its dominance and its dominant superpower status in the world.
As it was in Rome, it is in the United States. And I've looked at the reasons why nations fail. And I've looked at Britain, and their empire failed. I've looked at Greece, and I've looked at Rome. And the Romans really come the closest to us. The Romans once used to be a strong and virtuous people. The government didn't dare mess with the families. The families were the centerpiece of Roman strength. But at the end, the families were criticized, denigrated, cast aside. Sound familiar? And Rome had so many slaves working for such low wages like food that there weren't a lot of jobs back in the Roman Empire. So they had to keep the people entertained. And they developed the Roman bread and circus. Oh, it was brutal. It was brutal. We have not approached this brutality yet. The gladiators, the lions devouring people. I don't know how one could sit there and watch that. That's just beyond me. The bread and circus of Rome, the bread and circus of America. And then the politicians all started taking bribes. Oh, my, 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 my. And then they started to relax the moral codes. Does any of this sound familiar? This is right out of The Fall of the Roman Empire. I had to read that book when I was in junior high. It was long. What was it, 600 pages long? Incredible, incredible. I even had some of it explained to me by my grandmother. I made her blush on some of the things because I was an innocent little kid. I didn't know. But the Romans denigrated God. They denigrated civility. And the the patriarchal family society was denigrated by that. Et tu, Brute? Yeah, they had their JFK moment with Caesar. Yeah, they have a lot in common with us, don't we? Look how the Roman Empire ended up.
The United States looks just like ancient Rome did in its final days. Of course, Rome didn't fall in a day, but when it finally received its death blow in 476 AD, its world power status had declined due to several corrosive reasons. Germanic tribes had beaten Roman forces into submission as Rome had overextended its military and its defense budget. Government corruption had reached epic proportions, and slave labor dried up, forcing the complacent, unskilled Romans to fend for themselves.
And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. And he had 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causeth the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
The highest also hath looked upon the proud times, and behold, they are ended, and his abominations are fulfilled. And therefore appear no more, thou eagle, nor thy horrible wings, nor thy wicked feathers, nor thy malicious heads, nor thy hurtful claws, nor all thy vain body, that all the earth may be refreshed, and may return being delivered from thy violence, and that she may hope for the judgment and mercy of him that made her.